Welcome back here to NXL 2025. This is Event 3. We're in Cincinnati, Ohio, specifically Fairfield, Ohio, specifically my hometown. I'm also joined by one of my hometown friends, Jake. This is Jake from AG Rebellion, another NXL winning program, let's say. Jake, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi, how's it going? I play with AG Rebellion in New Hampshire. I played D4 last year at Cup with a bunch of buddies. We won that as a Rebellion squad, and now we're doing D3 X-Ball this year. I'm helping coach all the local guys.
Awesome. We have a great local scene up in New Hampshire.
It's rapidly growing and getting better every year as a unit.
And two types of quality, both the level of community spirit is awesome up there, and the quality of play has been really, really good.
Absolutely.
All right, we're watching Pittsburgh Mastodon take on Armada. Armada on your right, Mastodon's on your left.
Oh, Armada's that team from Mexico that's been doing really well this year.
Armada is coming in on the weekend at 1-1. Pittsburgh Mastodon coming in at 0-2.
0-2.
Yep, that's for the weekend.
Heard that. Looks like we got Did we get a wide runner for Armada? Nope. Armada losing one out of the home off the rip.
For the year, Mastodon is currently 14th overall, and Armada is at 24 overall. They've had a couple rough events. All right, what you're going to see is what you're seeing already, which is push up the middle. Yep. That is kind of the easy mode to push this field. I'm sure nothing's easy at this level, but
getting up the middle seems to be, no matter what level you're at this event, it seems to be the key to a lot of stuff.
Yeah, it absolutely is. There you go, reinforcements of that middle play by Mastodon.
Looks like Armada's down a body, and I don't think they have anything wide on the Dorito side from what I can see.
All right, Matt, this actually plays a part in the game at this point. Mastodon is staring almost directly into the sun at the beginning. We got probably another hour before the sun becomes a non-factor, but right now it is at least sun advantage to Armada.
Oh, there's an Armada play I didn't know was there. He was in this Aztec wedge and just jumped out to the snake. I don't think they saw him do it.
Back player saying stay alive to the Mastodon. That's a pretty useless call as a back player.
I'm on their side of the field. How am I supposed to stay alive? That's always good.
Armada snake player at the S2. He's wrapping on the inside. He's trying to get a view on that mini temple on the back line for Mastodon.
Is this Mastodon?
Mastodon on your left, Armada on your right. Mastodon in the brown jerseys.
Looks like Armada's down to 3 guys, if I can see correctly. Snake, the home, and this Dorito side Aztec.
So Mastodon making the jump into this 50 wedge. Now they try to cross the middle of the mini brick.
He's getting a check.
Yeah, it's hard to believe he's still alive. He's alive. Oh, wow, he's in their mini brick. Home player peeling off now for Armada.
Oh, kill out of the snake as well for Armada.
Wow.
Mastodon's going to close this pretty quick here. And, yep. Oh, wow, he didn't.
Pushing.
There it is.
Everything about these Doritos pushing him we found to be a little bit dangerous on the field, meaning from your side of the field playing with Doritos, it's hard bump, bunker to bunker. And then when you're closing out a game using their Doritos to close out the game, so many players die trying to push down their Doritos. I don't know what it is about this Dorito side.
It's a lot of big gaps, and there's nothing over here that we've noticed. There's just a huge. It's just like a section of the field that's just like they cut it out when we're not putting anything no matter what right here. Just period.
You guys figured out. Thanks to one of our sponsors, that's Carbon Paintball. I have somebody close to me that actually has used one of the new DRV loaders that is not available to the public yet.
Absolutely. Used it. We actually have a couple guys out here using it this weekend, and we have some guys that used it at a 10-man a couple weekends ago. Torrential downpours, the thing handled it all day. It's an awesome loader, and I can't say enough. I've been commending it to everybody. It's one of the best loaders ever used personally. You can't see it, you can't feel it, you can't hear it. There's no beeping, nothing. The clock is phenomenal, adjustable, and super easy to use and intuitive. And into the next one.
Here we go. Los Angeles Collision on your left, Denver Altitude on your right. 5 Live, doubled up at the mini brick.
That's the first time I've seen that this weekend for sure.
It's definitely the first time.
Like, collision. Yeah, Altitude losing a body off the snake side.
Peeling off that can.
And they did get a wide guy out to this corner brick, though. That's a really good spot to be in if you lose a body early for Denver.
Denver Altitude strikes back by taking the mini brick out of the Los Angeles Collision.
And they're up into the brick on both sides. We'll see how this goes. I think they're kind of going to be doing the same job here. speaking of the DRV loader, right out in front of us.
Yeah, I should probably not tell you this, but the DRV loaders with the orange trim like you have are not going to be released when they become available to the public. So that's kind of a collector's edition.
Yep, and they're going to have I've heard the colors they're going to do are pretty cool when they do team colors. Carbon actually put together a package in their tent this weekend. It looks really awesome. They did off our local team, Rebellion. They put together a pod bag, a mask bag, jersey. They did a banner that goes back into a little pack that's attached to it. They have a very nice barrel set up for you.
Yep.
And the jerseys, we're using them this weekend. They're awesome. They did a very good job for us, just putting something together to showcase our team because of the colors and stuff. It's really awesome.
If you're here at the event, go check them out.
Absolutely. So, anything change here? I feel like
this is what the field has been typically playing this weekend, at least over here on 7 Pro and WXL.
Yep.
The beginning of the game sees a bit of a flurry of action, maybe a kill on the breakout, maybe a kill on a sloppy fill, something like that. Mm-hmm. And then the games tend to settle into this mid-game lull where everything slows down. The teams start getting a little more cautious, and then they wait to go up, by a couple bodies, and then start to push.
Then the close starts.
Yeah, so on this field, crossing the 50 and trying to close out this field is a rough proposition. You'll actually lose a lot of bodies if you're not extremely careful. So
absolutely,
I think it's the right thing to do, and make sure you're up by at least 2 bodies before you start risking people across the 50.
Absolutely. Denver made a really good fill out to the snake, too, and they saw him, but he made it all the way, I think, from the home, all the way out into the snake, and he's crawling up now.
That's a big fill. Yeah, I do not see. The only gun that might have been able to catch him is this backhand.
I think he knows he's there because this wedge, the center brick's trying to fight him out, but I don't think he can do anything because the guy's on his stomach just taking his time.
Trying to cover a running lane from that distance, from back tape to back tape.
It's a lot.
It's just the time that it takes your paint to arrive there. They can already be through that lane.
Yeah, if you're not already shooting for that gap, they're going through it pretty easily at this point in the game. This guy from, I think, Denver is still sitting in this. Did he move up? Oh, he moved up. He's up into the Doritos. He left that corner alone. He's in a good spot. He's going to start seeing some backs here if he moves up another bunker.
So for collision, we got D2 hot, the brick up the middle, and the back line close to the snake side is hot. So 3 bodies alive for collision.
Altitude, I believe, has the D2, the snake, and they have a guy in the brick as well, mirrored up with collision.
So 3 on 3. This is definitely that lull period, especially being the first point. Teams tend to be more cautious. You always want to win the first point.
Yeah, especially on this layout where you may not get more than 2 or 3. That first point's super important.
Are you familiar with Adam Rand from Malicious?
Yep, very.
So Adam did some actual statistical analysis of your odds of winning your match, whether you win or lose the first game, and it's an enormous effect on whether you win or lose the first your entire match.
Really?
Yeah, he said something like the winners of the first point have something like an 80% chance of winning. If you go up by 2 points, it goes up to like 91% chance of winning the match.
Really?
Yeah, it's very, very significant.
Looks like Collision gets that first one, forced to concede after shooting. I think they shot the Dorito player over here, forced the concession.
All right. Thanks to Alabama Paintball, 3 different locations, catering to different types of play, including new players that want to play paintball lights or jelly ball. They got a location catering more towards experienced players that want to play some airball, and they have another location dedicated to private groups.
Here come Armada and Mastodon again. Watching Armada yesterday, they looked like they were surviving well, and then cursed that guy right into a ball immediately. But they are on to the other team side of the field with the trade. So now we're into a quick 3-on-4 in favor of Mastodon, and they have position in the snake mirrored up with Armada.
If we ever get gambling in this sport, as a webcaster, you can affect games by the webcaster curse. It's so easy to kill players by saying they're playing well.
Yep, absolutely.
All right, so 3-11 for Armada. They're into Snake 2. They're home. They're at the mini temple. Definitely in a defensive footing.
And unfortunately, they're down 1-2, and Mastodon looks very happy right now. They got the guy up in the middle little mini brick sitting on the cross waiting for the snake guy to make a mistake. It's his whole job now, and they just bumped up to the...
We call it the outside wedge.
The outside wedge on the snake side for his team for now.
Yep.
Looks like he's probing a lot for kills right now. I'm very surprised with him being up. He's hunting.
He's going to wrap and see if
he's already onto their side of the field. He's in their Dorito.
He's going to see if he can catch the butt pack of this mini temple.
I don't think they know. Oh, the home found him. The home found him.
Yeah.
I don't think the snake player has any idea, though. He's just going to try to go to work and save him.
He's not under any fire, so he's going to go ahead and move up to the snake Dorito.
Mastodon moved up to the brick and is looking for him, though. He's up in this 50 brick on the right, just hunting. And he's specifically on the snake. He knows. I think he has a pretty good idea where he is in the snake, too. Oh, now they both know. The Armada player's aware. Oh, now he's fighting. This player from Armada's taking a big risk fighting with this guy from the home.
So at least for Frutos, he's changing his levels of play.
Yep,
he's not
absolutely.
coming out snap shooting at the same level.
I want to see what he does here. I haven't seen anybody play the end of this beam like this. I want to see if he can shoot this brick out.
You're right, actually. That's the first time I've seen it also this weekend.
We played around with it in practice, but we got shot a lot doing it. So
the problem with playing on your belly like that, if somebody finds you and puts a stream in at you,
you're not getting out of it.
Yeah, it's so hard to snap out of the line of fire. You're pretty committed to it.
I think what forced him to do this, too, is this guy on their Dorito is shooting across into this Dorito now, hunting for him. He had the home, the brick, and this guy just gunning for him. Unfortunately, I feel like he's in a spot where now he's committed to this until he either dies or gets a kill.
I would suggest maybe for Frutos drop him back to the S2.
Absolutely.
The mini wall.
I feel like it would be. He can get there, too.
Yeah, he should be able to get there.
Because this Dorito's on the wrap, but he's looking in towards the home. You can see him shooting at the start box.
There is not a good line of sight down these tape lines because of that wedge.
Perfect.
That wedge is out a couple feet.
There's the home.
This is getting worse.
It's a 4-on-2. I feel like it's probably time for a concession here, honestly.
And Frutos' gun is really just in trap mode. He's not even actively
and the guy's not in the brick anymore. He bumped up in the tower, so now we can't shoot him unless he stands up.
So, in a sense, that Armada player in the mini temple is essentially fighting like a 4-on-1.
Basically. Oh, let's see what Frutos is going to do here. Oh, there.
Wow.
Shocking that he survived that, really.
I give credit to this Armada mini temple player. He's holding up against great odds. Then I cursed him out.
There it is.
Sorry.
And he's about to get, and Frutos is about to get catch a couple.
Yeah, Frutos going to blow up.
Yep, there it is. Another good point from Mastodon. They're staying alive. They're making really good secondary moves right now.
Yeah, and like we talked about, this is a tough field to cross the 50 and stay alive, and they did a great job of doing it smart.
He played that super patient over there. He stayed in their Dorito 3 for the longest time, just kind of head checking and finding stuff. He spent a lot of time on this cross shooting at the snake. Mm-hmm. It was really smart.
Yeah, good close out there. All right, we're going to see Denver Altitude trying to claw back against Los Angeles Collision. A lot of time on the clock, so that's not really an issue yet.
Let's see if Altitude comes with a different breakout this time. I know last time they doubled that same breakout for them. I don't. Collision didn't double up that middle brick again though, so.
Collision takes a moment and goes ahead and fills in that middle brick.
Yep. Altitude's filling out.
Altitude goes out to that inside snake wedge.
So, Collision's doubled up in that home. I don't know how long that's going to be viable for with how far up this kid, the kid from Altitude is sitting inside. All right. And they didn't get very wide on the Dorito side. So this guy in the wedge is going to sit. Oh, he switched off the job. See, if that guy sits in that wedge and just shoots straight down the field, nobody can get out wide. You're super safe, and you have a really good shot down the field.
Mm-hmm. There's a number of bunkers on this field that can kind of shut down movement lanes, and that's why this field gets to like a kind of a stalemate-y mid-game situation.
It's impressive how long you can go 5-on-5 on this field and just nothing happens.
Yeah.
It's just a lot of hurry up and wait, let them make a mistake.
Also, I was about to say, speaking of mistake, give credit to the semi-pro level play. They can be under a lot of fire and not get shot.
Just in an amazing spot.
I know I can't do that. All right, Altitude player going to go ahead and move up to that Snake Dorito, or Snake Rito as they're calling it.
I recognize a lot of names on this Collision roster, too, actually. Vince played with NYX last year. Ben's played with Diesel in the past. Evan Middleton's an amazing young player, same with Avery. Really talented guys on that roster. Makes sense now. All right, we're mirrored up in the bricks.
Yeah, we got moving up to the brick. He abandoned that mini brick.
Collision is still doubled in the home. I'm very surprised.
That is so risky.
I also feel like you can't, after the first 20 seconds, you're not
As they say that, they fill it up. I'm not sure he made it, though. I saw spray.
He did not. Oof.
Yeah,
that's two bodies. I mean,
two bodies real quick.
Going out right to where your buddy got shot immediately is not always the not always the greatest idea.
You're
sometimes.
like, hey, that looks like a death trap. I think I'll join you. Oh, and it gets worse because there's a minor now on collision. This completely fell apart for them. Yeah. They lost 4 bodies in about 5 seconds there. However, Altitude throwing their body weight going up the middle, and they lose the Dorito corner.
3-on-1, I think, and the last collision player's into that Aztec, and that's a hard bunker to dig someone out on if you're all on this side of the field, to be honest. If you're all on the same side as him, he's super safe. I don't think they know the kill count yet.
So Altitude trying to figure it out themselves. You can hear them saying, I think, a lot in their call-outs.
Absolutely. This guy from Collision, his coach, is just looking at him saying, buddy, hold on. We're not buzzing this.
It's all on you. I believe in you.
Hey, they're up 1. He's going to sit, and he's in a really safe bunker, and they're not cross-field on him at all, so he's essentially gunfighting heads up against 3 guys.
Oh, pod trick.
Will it work?
Middle player tries the pod trick. I don't think it's going to work.
There's nobody there to release, unfortunately.
No.
I don't think they saw the penalty go up at all.
By the way, a couple times yesterday I watched players do the pod trick, and then late in the point, they ran out of paint.
Uh-oh. These Altitude players don't look like they're in any rush. I think, again, they're not completely aware of the situation.
8 minutes is a lot of clock to kill. I mean, I can't imagine that as a player I'd be in like, oh, we got 8 minutes. Let's just crush the clock. We're up by 1 point. And
they're down. That's what I'm saying. They're down.
You're right. Yeah, you're right. Altitude's down by 1 point.
I think they missed the minor, and now these guys are trying to put it together.
Yeah.
I think once this Snake player figures out there's nothing on that side of the field, he might be able to get active.
It's almost scarier when no one's shooting at you.
It's absolutely, because you know they're waiting for you. If they're not toweling, like they know they're waiting for you for sure. So I think they think this brick is still hot. The way they're treating it, the pod trick throwing, that bounce into that.
Yeah, I think
they're treating it like they think the brick is still hot.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. That's exactly what they're doing. I was puzzling over why he was shooting that can for no reason. You're right. He's trying the bounce shot.
This guy from Collision is really not. He hasn't shown his face. I think he's sitting on the cross here, just waiting. I think he's waiting for them to make a mistake at this point. But this player from Altitude seems to know he's there. He's shooting that bunker. Oh, there is someone in that break. Wait a minute. Did we miss something?
All right, so
did we miss something?
Oh, we miss stuff all the time.
Yeah, but I didn't know that. I saw them get 2 guys and a minor, so that's 4 bodies.
2 bodies alive, apparently. You got that brick in the middle, and we got the mini temple on the back line. You know, Collision completely stopped shooting their guns there for about a minute and a half.
That us missing that brick is now I understand. I got to pay attention to that. I thought I saw them. I don't know how they got a minor and lost 2 guys.
And we watched bodies peel off already. So
it might have been just it might have been one of the.
It could have been a minor for talking.
It also might have been one of the Altitude guys just flying up and going out, and me not. Jerseys are somewhat similar from this angle in the sun.
That's true.
This guy really just needs to deal with this.
So they're doubled up at that brick. There's going to be a trade out. That's not a great trade out for Collision because they're already down bodies. That just leaves Mini Temple trying to do it by himself. 2-on-1. Oh no! Both bodies drop at the same time. Holy crap!
Oh no!
I think Collision player just won it.
Collision just pulled that off.
Wow!
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 And he burned about 3.5 minutes off the clock.
Wow!
That's a lot of time to eat up. Good for him.
They're playing 3D chess out there. We're like,
a really good play. Who was that? Who's that last guy? Is that Ben? Lucas.
Lucas
Alandejo, maybe.
Alandejo.
I'm gonna butcher that last name. Sorry, bud. But hey, way to pull it out. That was a 2-on-3 that you guys pulled out. Good job.
That was amazing.
That was a really good play.
After this game, you're going to see New York Wrecking Crew taking on New Jersey Gestures. That's a huge matchup. Both teams are 3-0. And then you're going to see P-Mob, the winners of the last tournament in Atlantic City, taking on Philly Corrupt.
I thought that was the match I was doing. So I know I was so excited. Like, I know every guy on P-Mob. I know every name. I'll know who it is just by the mask.
Pull up the ladder to the scaffolding. Don't let the next commentator get in the booth.
You know, I got to go help teams. Work is work, you know. Here we go. Armada's down 2 with 9 minutes left. They got a lot of time, but they're going to have to clean up the survivability issues early.
All right, Mastodon 5 alive.
Oh, we're throwing empty pods at bricks now. That's a new one. And he got shot doing it. Oh no.
Man.
Buddy.
No. What are you doing?
Oh, good fill out of the home, though. They got out of that double a lot earlier. That's good. That's a smart move. Mastodon is 5 alive, pocketed up except for the snake, and seems completely content to just roll their guns and go to work here. Armada's losing another body. They're down to a 5-on-3, it looks like. Armada's got to, if they don't shoot a body here soon, I mean, it might be time for a quick towel. Save yourself. Oh, there it is. That helps. Into a 3-on-4. That's a good kill.
Chaz really Daniels takes the snake Dorito at that moment.
Alex Keys, our coach, is on this, working with this roster. He's helping our D3 guys with me. It's really nice.
He's seeing other teams behind your back?
Absolutely. He's playing for another team behind our back, it looks like.
It's loyalty.
Hey, as long as they're shooting Falcon, you know. That's what Alex would tell us. I wonder if I don't think I've seen Alex is a pretty tall guy. I don't think I've seen him out here yet, so he might just be player coaching in a reserve role.
Well, you know, short players are better at paintball. At least that's what I tell myself.
I mean, when I started meeting pro players a couple years ago working for the NXL, I realized I was like, these guys are all maximum 5'10", and that's a tall guy in the NXL.
Well, you're a slightly larger individual.
That's, you know, that is what it is. But I also remember when I started watching the NXL a few years ago, watching the Marsh brothers on the ML Kings. They're both 6'1". They're 6'8", 6'9", I believe. They're standing over the top of cans. That is a fun way to play paintball. When you can stand over bunkers that people are meant to have to jump just to kind of see over.
They're a lightning risk.
Yeah, absolutely. Those brothers were. What's even crazier is they were the guys. They like to go up the middle and they just stand over when the wall was a thing. That's why they got the pros. The wall. They could just stand over everything and shoot people. Mastodon's doubled up in this snake. I wonder. Getting in, okay. Got to cross that big gap. That's a big gap to jump if you can break free. Armada's in the first Dorito. I believe they're in the snake, and the mini W in the middle of the field. What is this? Armada's. Oh, he went back to the S1. That makes sense.
All right, we've hit that kind of lull period of the game we talked about. Frankly, the Mastodons being in this outside wedge should give them some opportunity.
See if he catches this guy over the W. I don't think he saw him. I think that other mini brick in the middle is just tall enough to block it out because of how inflated it is. It's just tall enough.
That's a shame because that was going to be a free kill.
Yeah, absolutely. They're in a 4-on-3 up 2 points. I mean, they really don't have any reason to move. I think they've got great field position right now. 2 guys in the snake. I would like to see this home player or this mini brick switch so the home player can free up a little, maybe get out wide, but I don't.
So looking into the future, Pittsburgh Mastodon, who looks good in this situation, who might win this point,
yep.
If so, they're going to go up 3-0 with probably maybe 5 minutes on the clock. That means Armada is going to have to come back 3 points in 5 minutes. That's a lot to ask on this field. That's assuming Mastodon wins this point.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Armada dropped 2 quick bodies, and I was thinking for a quick concession to save you. I mean, they were at 9 minutes, but they immediately killed one, so it slowed it down a little, but they haven't really done a lot since, honestly. So if we don't see, again, another kill soon, it's got to be, hey, we don't have a lot of time. We either got to go or blow it.
You know, as a coach, you actually, probably too early to do this, but as a coach, you got to be frustrated and thinking, should I flag it? If it looks like we're losing this point, well, I don't want to lose it and lose another minute off the clock.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, because you got to blow this at this point. So 4-on-2, and you're trapped into the early snake and the mini W on this side.
And you're down to 5 minutes right now.
Yep.
Yeah, towel it out. There it is. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot to ask.
Time.
5 minutes for Armada on what is a middle slow field. It's not as slow as I thought looking at it last week and playing it, but it's certainly not a fast field.
It's definitely, I've only seen a couple big scoring matches. There's not a lot of them out there. It's normally pretty one-sided when it's that way.
Without flags, it's about a minute and a half at best case scenario.
Yeah.
All right, best case scenario is you go sign up for BKI Paintball. That's called a segue.
Absolutely.
They have a lot of online resources, videos. You don't have to read. I know paintball players don't like reading.
We're not the most literate bunch.
Lots of bright colors and very simple pictures you can look at and watch videos to learn from some of the best players in the sport. And you can also go to their BKI summer camps and literally get coached by the pros.
Absolutely. Some of the best pros out there, too. Really great guys and really good teachers, having seen a lot of the players they produced out of those camps.
All right, Collision on your left. They're up 2-0 over Altitude. You got about 6 minutes on the clock. For Altitude, again, if they lose this point, they're in an awful match situation. This is not – it's close to a must-win. Not absolutely, but it's close to a must-win for Altitude.
Yeah, you're at that point now with these longer points. If this draws out any longer than a minute or two and they don't get it, I feel like it's going to be we're in that we've got to fly to the 50s every point, and as you said, once you get to the 50, it's great. How are you going to get onto their side of the field?
Yeah,
and now we have a problem.
It's a tough push.
I think we're still 5-on-5 though. Got guys in the snake for Altitude. He's in the snake too, just looking inside, trying to find. I think he's trying to shoot this guy in the brick in the back. That was a really good fill at Altitude up to that wedge, up to the inner wedge on the snake.
Collision into snake 3 now, the Dorito, and also finally moving out of home. Unfortunately, their new can player is squeegeeing.
Yeah, it looks like
he's having problems.
I think they're obviously where this guy's in the snake 3, but I don't think they know where the Altitude player is in the snake, and he should. I mean, be on his face. Realistically going to the snake 2. He is. Okay, he's already there. Perfect. Ref up and moving. They found the Armada player that's up into that mini Dorito. I think I've seen that bunker be very hard to play this weekend, that first baby Dorito.
It is.
It's been really tough. I mean, again, bigger guy myself. It's not a bunker I want to be on my knees in,
not
for sure.
Option.
It's not great.
Without an entrenching tool, you should probably not go to that thing.
Got to get past it.
Yeah.
I feel like, honestly, once you make the bump to that Dorito, though, it gets a lot easier to get up the field because of how the Doritos are offset.
Yeah. Walking this field and playing this field, I thought the bump from D2 to D3 gets even riskier because there's now multiple guns instead of just the home.
Absolutely.
The Dorito side is just a tough push. You don't have any backline help trying to make your bumps. It's up to you to win gun dominance over the guy trying to hold you in and make your bump.
Absolutely. And I feel like this field, I mean, even more so in the past, yes, there's been cross-field shots, but there it is, Patrick. Let's see if he releases.
Patrick, I believe his teammate number 1 here in the Snake Dorito waved him off, said, no. That's not somebody on the other side of the bunker from you.
This brick's going to get...
He's in trouble.
He's in trouble. The snake's pummeling that bunker. I think if he spins, he's going to get shot, which it looks like he's going to try to spin out. He's getting pinched from both sides, I think.
Yeah.
This Dorito, the baby Dorito and the snake 3 are on him. Very, very. They're set with winning that gunfight. So 5-on-4 in favor of Altitude. I thought that player from Collision was going to release off the brick because of that pod trick. He looked convinced. He's pointing, and the other guy's shaking his head at him, which gave him a good. At least he listened, because that could have been bad.
Yep, that is an absolute case of your teammate saving your life.
Absolutely, because you're getting
stupid.
Obliterated by the Snake 3 if you release.
He's already twitchy.
Yeah, and there's a guy on this inside wedge just putting this Snake back out on the wire, which...
So... this is not always the case, but gut feeling right now is Altitude kind of has the ball in this one. They're in a little bit of a favorable tactical position. However, look at the clock.
Yeah,
we're now under 3 minutes. If Denver Altitude has to win this point, if they lose this point, they're going to be down 3-0 with maybe a minute and a half on the clock. It's over. Not even a trade, just a wasted body.
Now 4-on-4.
Now
that's another one throwing his body in.
Yeah, and another attempt. Wow. Altitude is just throwing everything at it. That tower's still alive. That's amazing for Altitude. Now he's going to close. This should be a
kid's
trade.
Not surviving that one. He took 3 for 1 there. That is a phenomenal.
Yeah. Your exchange rate is not good for Altitude.
I think the home for Collision just got shot in the hands. It switched immediately because he hasn't come off that lane the whole game.
And now he moves out.
He's out of there.
That's
leave the scene. Leave the scene.
The scene of the crime. I'm just an innocent bystander, sir.
Yeah. 2-on-3.
All right. Well,
Altitude stacked up.
I don't think as a coach for Altitude you can towel out.
You can't blow this. You need to. What's Altitude's record?
On the weekend.
On the weekend, that's important right now because at this point they may just be playing for margin.
Actually, you're gonna have to give me a minute. Altitude comes into this match 1-1, so they really need.
Yeah, they need that win. I think maybe they're kind of trying to play for the margin at this point, hope they can win their last one.
Yeah, and try to get in on a tiebreaker.
That's what it looks like. That's tough.
Yeah, as a coach, you can't tell out. We're at a minute 15.
No, absolutely not. Not on this field. Seen some fields in the past where a couple 20-second points you can think about it, but not on this one.
Not this layout.
No.
Even if you try to do a crazy run-through game plan for like a last-minute thing, they know where you're going. They know you're going right. You're weaving between these two middle bricks, so you can't even surprise them with that. Here's a bunkering attempt. It's got to be clean. Just keep it going.
That's it.
And that's it.
That's the last body.
The Denver altitude coach even now is probably not going to tell out. There's not much point unless you just want to get a little more practice in on the field next match.
I mean, at this point where you're going to be going, if you're at best going to be going 2-2, I don't think you can even afford that because your margin becomes so important at that point.
You can't take a risk of another loss.
I don't think you can even risk another point, and I don't think these guys are going to move. So I think they'll happily take 2-0 instead of 3-0 for altitude. It's a hard match, but it's also one of those moments where, we towel it. Maybe we get a point in 20 seconds. Odds are not, but the odds of us getting a major trying to do that
a lot better.
Escalate heavily, to say the least.
So I don't think the last altitude player actually knows the kill count. I'm sorry, the last collision player.
There's another collision player as well in this snake one.
I don't think they know because they're still acting as if they're waiting for another body to come out.
After he shot 2 guys, he said Mexico, which is normally a bunker call for something up the middle.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they assumed there was a guy just waiting and they weren't going to throw their bodies away there, which is a smart move. You're up 2, no reason to move.
It was such a flurry of players flinging their bodies at the castle wall there.
And collision was already 2-0, so they had no reason to release there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a smart. They were already 2-0 on the weekend and up 2. It's an awesome move.
All right, thanks to Hornets Nest. Hornets Nest, located in New York. Give them a try. They got a couple tournaments coming up, 3-man and a 10-man mechanical that perhaps your mechanical team might be interested in playing, Jake.
Anything the guys want to do. When it comes to 10-man, I'll go anywhere and play 10-man. It's a blast. And Hornets Nest is a really good field. I've played with a lot of guys that play out of there. A lot of good guys. A lot of the NYX guys are up there hanging out, having a good time, running a good program. Josh Taylor doing some good drill nights up there and stuff.
All right, here we go. Armada on the left in a tough situation. 5 minutes on the clock, down by 3. Armada takes a big attempt up that Dorito side. It does not pay out.
But their snakes in. I think Mastodon lost somebody out of the home. It might have been. He's arguing with the ref. I would walk off, sir. That's not worth your friend getting pulled for you.
Nope.
Guy releasing up the middle, shoot him.
Ooh, he got past Frutos' gun somehow.
I don't know how. Oh, Frutos is going back. I like the play from Frutos there, but the problem is in the situation, you can't go backwards. You're down 3, 5 minutes left. There's no backwards at this point. And you need to be on the go.
They've just lost another
speak of the devil. That's Alex Keys right there. That's the big man I've been looking for. The Ironman jersey's definitely a giveaway on that one.
Tall boy.
Yep, tall boy in an Ironman jersey. He played for Ironman last year. Alex has got a lot of experience. Super knowledgeable player.
I'm a little worried about Frutos' hopper. He's coming up over the top a little bit too much.
I mean, he's standing. I think he knows everything on this field right now from the looks. I mean, geez. Where's another kill? Kill out of the snake. That's really big. They got the snake side cannon, the brick, and they have a corner. See, this is the problem here. When you have this guy going into the snake and this guy here in the Dorito corner, you can live forever on the cross, and they don't have time to break that. They need to go. Now he's up in that snake 3. That's going to be tough. It's going to be a tougher close than I think they're expecting. I don't think they saw that guy fill.
So we're now.
Yeah, there it is. They had no idea the snake
throws his body away going through that middle. You predicted it.
That snake 3 is a problem on this field. It is very much a win condition bunker. If you want to win points, being in there is.
So last 2 Armada players clustered up over here in this snake. This is not a great situation if you want to try to win a game down bodies. And the clock is absolutely your enemy right now.
Alex is going to release past this kid, and I think he's going to try to go run this. If the Dorito corner doesn't come up, though, I mean, we're in business here.
Well,
I don't think they know there's Dorito corner's down here.
Yeah, there's not good vision.
I don't think they know.
He's going to move to the middle. They've crossed each other. They don't know. They've passed each other in the field. Number 19 is going to figure it out first. It's a trade. Big move down the Dorito side by Mastodon. They're into the other team's D2. Oh, and he dies for his sins.
So it's a 1-on-1. It's a 1-on-1. Dorito corner versus Frutos. So this Mastodon player really just needs to not. The best case scenario for this Mastodon player is to trade with this guy right now, I think. Burn some time and trade.
Advantage Frutos right now is certainly in bunker positioning. I'd rather fight out of this wedge than.
I don't know.
There's the Armada. Mastodon player tries to transition.
Honestly, I don't know why we would do that there. You're up 3. You're up 3. I think you stay in that corner and make him come dig you out. Make him come get you.
For Hills, which is the Mastodon player, I would also argue that was not a great sidewards run. He put himself way too in the open.
No, that's a lot of. Again, it's that Dorito side. You leave that corner and it's just.
No man's
It's open air.
Yeah.
It's open air for 20 to 30 feet in this game. That's too much.
World War I Verdun out there on that Dorito side.
Not good. Not safe. Nothing's fun over there.
All right. Thanks again to one of our sponsors here, Carbon. Carbon Paintball coming out with a DRV loader in the fall. Jake has some experience using them. I have some experience with Jake covering me on the field using one, so I can attest to it as a secondary user.
Absolutely.
All right. So Mastodon up 3-1 on that one. Armada. You got 2.5 minutes to come up with 2 points. That's doable. It's possible.
If you can get your snake guy up quick on this layout, I feel like you can win a point. You can win a point in a minute. This guy has to be to what we call the Cobra, the snake side wedge. You have to be there in under the first 20 seconds, though. You have to break that, and it requires you beating the middle brick lane. You have to beat that guy. So it's got to be a little guy with wheels going straight to the 50.
Just flying.
And you have to have middle pressure. It's, again, 2 points in 2 minutes. Things have to go right.
There's also a play on this field I saw a couple times used yesterday. I was doing it in practice up at AG Paintball last week, and that is you have a runner, again, fast wheels, small would be better, running at your brick in the middle, and then they dive left into the other team's brick. There's really not much of a window, and immediately drop and crawl into the other team's either snake inside wedge or even all the way to their mini wall, their S2.
Yeah,
you can pop up,
Crew was doing that.
just destroy the right side of the field. But
Absolutely.
it's got to be done really, really fast.
Because then you have to switch and shoot back the snake before they blow you up.
And if they glance it, if they see that you've done it, you're not.
You need to shoot a couple before, otherwise.
Yeah, it is a suicide mission, but
it is absolutely. But it's also in that situation where if you make it there and you even shoot 2 guys,
mission
shoot for one's an amazing trade out in that situation.
Yep. The other technique for like 1 minute games is simply have your players yell, "That's a penalty" every time you pull.
Every time you pull the trigger, that's a penalty. It's got to be.
It's penalty ref. He's playing on.
My favorite one is Sean Callahan from New England. Whenever I'm reffing him, I love it because he's cheating me. Jake, he's cheating me. No, he's not. You missed.
Yeah, you didn't even hit him.
And he gives me the, I got to try.
Whatever.
I got to try. I'm like, no, you don't.
Shut up.
You don't have to say anything. Because then I'm looking at you, wondering what you're yelling about.
You know, back in the day, there used to be a part of the rule book that you could get a penalty for excessive paint check requests. I don't know if that's still in the book anymore.
I don't think it is anymore. But I've definitely been one of those guys. I definitely got a penalty my first year in X-Ball. I was pretty good at like knowing when I was shot, and I got shot square in the face with pink paint. And there's a picture of me looking at a ref going,
"What do you got? What do you got?"
And then the next picture is the ref throwing the flag and just running by me doing this. And it's like, I earned that one. I was that was dumb.
That
was dumb.
Video evidence.
I earned that.
That's great.
The best evidence. It's the best.
Shout out to our on-field photographers.
Absolutely, always.
Here we go.
All right, Armada.
Mastodon just got to lock it up for about 2 minutes.
Armada wrist wide bodies. I think their snake player's getting the check. He might not have made it. If this snake player died, I think it's... Nope, he's good. Snake player's good. That's going to be huge. They know right where he is, though, because the ref obviously running in. Running ref to anyone's always a good indication as to what's going on.
It's nature's most dangerous predator.
Absolutely.
Running ref.
Armada doubled in the home even 10 seconds at this point. I feel like it's a really big mistake. They're out now, but... We got to be up the field. You got,
we're at
what, a
2 minutes.
55?
We're at 2 minutes, and they're down 2 points.
All right, the snake player for Armada's.
Mastodon.
Oh, he's going to get Yeah, definitely. Yep, that was a really good.
So Mastodon's the one that's attacking, which is
he got
interesting.
leapfrogged in the snake. There's 2 guys in the snake now. Snake 2 and Snake 3 both. Oh, man, they lost a snake player.
Armada also loses their mini temple on the Dorito side at the same time.
That's not great.
Mastodonic.
Oh, Mastodon did?
Yeah,
Oh,
Mastodon's.
Mastodon's down to 3. Armada's got 4 guys. We got to go.
Yep, Armada attacking, although...
Oh, the guns are not where they're supposed to be right now.
All right, this is huge for number 84 here in this Snake Dorito. He is locking down that middle run because that's exactly where Armada wants to move through to attack. Oh, that was
Armada
a bad
caught him.
creep.
That was a good move out of the Armada player.
Yeah, Mastodon player tries to creep around the brick. Drop back. This is probably going to be a trade.
No, not even a trade. His gun's empty, too. He bunkered him with 1 ball left. That is
Chaz Daniels out.
Stop that clock. Yep.
Yeah.
A minute left. That's huge. That's a good run.
That is.
Did you hear the dry fire on the way through?
No.
He bunkered the last guy. He went to shoot him some more and dry fired a bunch because he had nothing left in his hopper.
Well, that also tells me that his eyes are off or dirty.
Sorry,
it's a gun tech. I pay attention to that
stuff.
Oh,
100%. Absolutely. Yeah. It's good. You hear it and you go, uh-oh.
Nothing good.
Somebody clean that guy's gun.
This is bad on 2 levels. A, I'm out of paint. B, my eyes aren't working.
My eyes are dirty for sure. That's not great.
All right, well, that was a great point for...
they left themselves plenty of time. A minute's, again, on this field where you have the slowed down middle, if you don't let it get to that point, you just fly. I feel like this point breaks down a lot faster.
All right, they gave themselves a sliver of hope.
Semi-pro does not play overtime, correct? It's just pro.
No, we do play overtime. We got 5 minutes.
You guys do?
Yep.
Okay,
5
so
minute
it's just
overtime.
semi-pro. That's awesome.
And then we move on to one-on-ones, which we've already seen this weekend.
Oh yeah, I heard that happened the first match of the day.
Yeah.
Yep, that was.
We've had some interesting first matches of the day. First match of the day yesterday ends up in a 1-1. First match of today is interrupted by an on-field altercation that results in a suspension.
Really?
Yep.
I was wondering. I was helping Aftershock out in the pro pits, and I was I kept checking the live clock, and it seemed like something was going on because the game clock was messed up, and I was like, what's going on over there?
Yeah.
I hate that I can't go find out.
nasty player, I believe it was West Buell, felt that he was overshot or one of his teammates was overshot, which, he may be right about that.
Yeah, but
the problem is you go and confront another player while the game is still going on and you put hands on him. And
he actually put hands on somebody? That's
yeah, there was. Now, I didn't see it, so I'm not sure whether you would have to go back and watch the replay.
I'll definitely have to.
I'm not sure if it was a shove, a punch, a non-consensual kiss. I really don't.
Any kind of contact, though, with the other team or the refs is definitely
it's a suspension.
Yeah, it's an immediate bye-bye for at least the next match.
Yep.
At least. And if you're going to the playoffs, too, like if you have another prelim game to fight for playoffs, you don't want to be doing that. Especially if you're one of your team's, quote-unquote star guys, especially at this level. There's a lot of teams that have some ex-pro experience that help them a lot, and you don't want to be that guy getting suspended.
Are you arguing for like hockey style, we should have enforcers who specifically come out here and take care of fighting?
Listen, I'm not saying my team has one, and I'm not saying it's me.
Okay.
But my team will survive if I'm off the field for a match. I got a bunch of good guys out there.
You're saying it could be. All right.
Alex Key's pulling up. I feel like Alex got no, he got shot in the chest kick. Armada, please don't get yourself a penalty. Your boys need all the help they can get.
All right, we're under a minute. Armada with 4 players live.
Alex Keyes out there in the home is going to be the quarterback for this. He's got to push his. No, you can't go backwards.
Yeah, it's not the time. Not
40
the place.
seconds, my man. It's not. Mastodon's coming through like they're down. They're in the other brick already. Oh, Armada got a minor.
Oh, there's your heart yanked out of your chest.
That's
still beating.
Great.
Kalima Shakti Day. Armada is going to likely lose this point.
Saw the reaction on Alex Keyes' face. His arms up in frustration. Very quickly, he sees the flag go up. Oh. See if this Armada play can make the best. That's got to be a penalty.
Mastodon is clean in the middle brick.
How do you bounce him in the forehead?
However, Mastodon loses their tower player. Finally, Lopez pushing the matter. Unfortunately, he runs right into a gun. Almost takes him off his feet. Chronograph that other gun, sir. Snake player last one alive. That's Frutos. Frutos, even if Frutos is correct about shooting somebody, it's not going to change the outcome of the match. The ref is looking to pull a body from Mastodon for playing on. That is a minor, so it is under 60 seconds. It's not going to result in a swing point.
It will if he's the last body.
That's the question. Was he the last body?
Sure. Yeah, it's going to be. If he was, which I'm 90% sure, this other player was him. It was these two over here, off the rip. This player traded out. He shot a body, shot another body, and then got frustrated. I think it's just general frustration for Armada at this point.
No doubt.
We maybe hoping to get the major, but pointing and talking is just, even as the game ends, it's just, now you're costing yourself some margin. You're 1-2 with a worse margin than you needed.
So if it was a talking penalty, it could have been on either team. It could have been on Frutos. But I thought it was for a player playing on, which would have been Mastodon.
No, I believe it was on the Armada player for pointing and talking after yelling.
Then they're hosed. Then it almost doesn't matter because they're
he would have been the last body. Mastodon had a body alive to pull if necessary.
Yeah, okay.
It wouldn't affect anything. Mastodon, or Armada, I apologize, was the last guy alive, and he was pointing and yelling, "Hey, I shot him! I shot him!" It's the I shot him first argument that we've all heard or said.
You know what? If you're the last player and you're already losing the match,
fight for it.
Yeah, it's pretty irrelevant. He could do whatever he wants. I'm not encouraging it, but it doesn't matter.
It's an understandable move. You're trying to hey, get to overtime. You get them that major there. Now we're into overtime, 5-on-5, and on we go. All
right. Well, that is going to do it. That is going to wrap up this point. We're going to take a short break. We're going to come back. I want to thank Jake for joining me.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
We'll see you again tomorrow.
Absolutely.
Okay, lovely. Thank you for being here with us today. We're going to take a break. We're going to come right back, and we'll see you in a few.